Hey guys, and welcome on back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little different. So before I get started, first I want to tell you guys thank you so much, all of you who have recently subscribed, or all of you guys who have been rocking with me since day one. I have over 800 subscribers, which is crazy to me, considering that I started this out as a hobby and now I have 800 people who are loyal to me and watching my videos. So thank you so much for being part of my clan. Now I have a microphone because I figured with 800 people I might as well try to do it up a little bit, and you know, I'm on a budget and I can't afford a new camera, so I figured a microphone would be something that's a little bit different. That way you guys can hear me. Hopefully the audio is pretty clear, and I really just don't talk loud. Like, I'm not a loud talker, so I want to make sure you guys are able to hear me. So I feel a little fancy. I got a little bit of refund check back, and yeah, I decided to get like a little microphone off of Amazon. So hopefully this is a little bit better quality than what I typically pump out for you guys. So really quickly, I just want to do a little bit of a different video. Since about December, I've really been into reading. When I was in grad school, I stopped reading. I've been a book lover forever, but grad school kind of took that love of reading and just flushed it down the toilet. And so now that I have graduated, it's been almost 2 years now, I've finally gotten back into the swing of things with reading more often. So I want to do a quick book haul for you guys. And then, yeah, if these are any books that you've read or you've heard of these authors before, shoot me a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, I think my channel might be turning into a little bit of a different direction just because I have been an avid reader now for a few months, getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some of the books that I got. A lot of them were really, really good bargains. So the book lover in me and then the bargain lover in me, these two forces collided and produced this video. So stay tuned. Alrighty, really quickly, the book that I'm reading right now, Barnes & Noble had a half-off book sale for a couple days about a week and a half ago. So the first book I picked up was A Danger to Herself and Others by Alyssa Sheehan-Mel. First of all, I suck at pronouncing names, so I'm going to call her Alyssa S., but you can clearly see the book and the title. This is what I would consider to be like a psychological thriller. Basically, it's about a young girl, about a 17-year-old who accidentally did something or caused some type of harm to her roommate during a summer program. So it sounds like they were playing light as a feather, stiff as a board. Something went awry, and now her roommate is in a coma, and the girl has been institutionalized until everything clears. So she is claiming that she is psychologically being held against her will in this psychiatric institution. And now she's trying to convince herself and others that she is not a danger to herself and others, but that it was all a big misunderstanding. So the therapist in me loves a good psychological thriller. So I'm excited to dig deeper into this book. It is, let me see how far along I am. I'm about 104 pages in. I'll probably finish this thing by Tuesday. Today's Sunday, so I'll probably have it done by Tuesday. The next book I got during the Barnes & Noble book sale was, this was not on sale, this wasn't half off like the other one was, but the Iliad and the Odyssey. I've been really into Greek mythology. This is a combined version of both by Homer. I've been really into Greek mythology since I recently read The Song of Achilles and Circe, which is my next book. This is going to be an honorable mention, but I read the Book of Achilles and I fell in love by Madeline Miller. And so I had to read Circe, which I already read. I picked this up on, I think, like right at the end of February, right at the beginning of March, and cranked this out in no time. So this is a March book haul, okay? And I was really disappointed in Circe compared to the Book of Achilles. I fell in love with the Book of Achilles, which kind of re-sparked my love for Greek mythology. So I cranked that out in like no time. Like I literally read that in like no time. But when I read Circe, I just had a hard time, like, y'all don't kill me. I had a hard time getting through it. Like I felt like the whole time I was like, okay, something's finally gonna happen, something's finally gonna happen. And it was just super anticlimactic the whole time. Like it was basically just her chilling on an island with random people coming to visit. Like I couldn't really get into it. But anyway, so I read Circe, I read the Song of Achilles, and then I was like, I gotta pick up the Iliad and the Odyssey just to see that perspective and get like a full, like broader perspective of both stories, kinda, if that makes any sense. Alrighty, so those were the 3 books that I got from, well, 2 are from Barnes & Noble. One was from Amazon. So the Iliad and the Odyssey from Barnes & Noble, A Danger to Herself and Others is from Barnes & Noble, and then Circe was from Amazon. But those were not my best bargains. Like half off is pretty good, and then the Iliad and the Odyssey was about $8. Circe I paid around maybe $16 for, just basically retail price. But the other books I got were a steal. Like I feel like I literally stole them from the store. I didn't, but the deal was just too amazing to pass up. So long story short, there's a store here in Tennessee called Old Time Pottery, and my mom called me and said that they were having a crazy sale where anything with a yellow ticket was 90% off. So I just moseyed on in there with her. I really don't need, if you can see my background, I don't need anything else as far as decorations for my apartment, but I was like, let me go. I live 2 seconds from there, so I went. Well, literally anything with a yellow tag was 90% off. That included books, stationery, like glassware, house stuff, all the things. So I found a ton of books for literally pennies on the dollar. Okay, so let me start off with this one. This is called Range of Motion by Elizabeth Berg. I've never heard of this author, never heard of this book before, but basically a really quick synopsis is a young man named Jay lies in a coma after suffering a freak accident, and his wife Lainey is the only one who believes he will recover. She sits at his bedside, bringing him reminders of the life they shared. But then when Lainey's faith in his recovery falters, she is sustained by 2 women, Alice and Evie, who teach her about the endurance and friendship and the genuine power of hope. So I typically would not have gravitated toward this, but the book was literally 29 cents. Like I couldn't pass it up. So I think this will be just a sweet, quick little read. It's, oh, how long is this? It's like 200, wait a minute. It is 217 pages. I can crank this out in a couple days, just depending on how engaging it is. But this, listen, I'm going to Mexico next month. If this is just a book I need to get me through the flight, cool, that'll work for me. So once again, Range of Motion, I hope you guys can see it, by Elizabeth Berg. I also got 2 other books by her. This one is The Last Time I Saw You. I don't know if the lighting is really good or not, but The Last Time I Saw You. This one is about as one-time classmates meet up over the course of the weekend for their 40th high school reunion, they discover things that will irrevocably affect the rest of their lives. Dorothy, who's newly divorced, is finally able to attract the attention of her class heartthrob, blah, 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 blah. So basically, this is talking about okay, so basically they're reliving their younger lives. These 4 women are reliving their younger lives at this 40th class reunion. So like meeting up with their old heartthrobs, or talking about opening new businesses together, blah, 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 blah. Once again, I have to go to Mexico. This might be what I read on the flight back home, or maybe when I'm chilling on the beach. So this was, it was 19 cents, you guys. Like, how could I pass it? This is cheaper than Goodwill. Like, come on, 19 cents. Last one. I talk a lot. This was Once Upon a Time There Was You by the same author, Elizabeth Berg. This is about two people who divorced and then dating other people. Then they moved to different parts of the country. So they divorced, then they started dating other people, moved to different parts of the country, and then their daughter is growing more and more attached to her new boyfriend. When tragedy strikes, the mom and dad come together immediately to support their daughter they love so dearly. And then it doesn't take them long to remember how they really feel about each other. Cute, precious. Once Upon a Time There Was You. Okay, so this will be a cute little book to read. Maybe because we have like a 4-hour layover at the airport. So I read one on the way there, one on the way back, and then during the layover times. This last one, no, it's not last. I can't count. This next one is called Possession, and it's by A.S. Bayot. I don't know this person. Okay, I don't really like this one. Wait a minute. This other one, this one was 29 cents. 29 cents, y'all. This one was 19. I really just picked it up because of the price. It says, this is a tale of a pair of young scholars researching the lives of two Victorian poets as they uncover their letters, journals, and poems and track their moments from London to Yorkshire. What emerges is an extraordinary counterpoint of passion and ideas. I'll probably just donate this to our free little library, to be completely honest. It just doesn't seem like it's like right up my alley, you know? But it was, how much was this? This was 19 cents. So I'll probably just donate it, to be completely honest. All right, these last three are the ones that I'm most interested in. The first one is The Precious One by, who is this by? Marisa de los Santos, okay? I looked up the Amazon reviews on this, and this was a pretty high rating. I think it was like either 4 or 4.5 stars, so I'm excited to read this one. Basically, long story short, this girl has loved only 3 men, and what? I don't know. This is a really long synopsis in the back, like a really long one. And so, yes, if you're interested in this, you can totally look it up on Amazon and get a better understanding or idea of what it's about. But I don't feel like reading it. So this one was not 90% off. I paid a full $1 for this, guys. It was only half off. How dare they? So it was $1.99, 50% off. So I had to pay a full 99 cents for this. And to be completely honest, I don't appreciate that. But yeah, it seems like a really good book. Once again, something I can crank out. I probably won't read all these books, obviously, in March, but this will just give me a nice little start on March and April. I'll definitely have these finished by May, though, for sure. Like, it won't take me that long to read all of these. The next one is called Sarah Peretzky Breakdown. Is that the author's name? No, that's not the author's name. The author's name is V.I. Warshawski. Don't judge me, okay? I am terrible with name pronunciation. I have always been terrible with name pronunciation. I will probably always be terrible. But anyway, this looks really interesting. I paid a full 20 cents for this hardback book. Long story short, it says Carmilla, Queen of the Night, is a shape-shifting raven whose fiction exploits thrill girls all over the world. When tweens in Chicago's Carmilla Club hold an initiation ritual in an abandoned cemetery, they stumble on an actual corpse. Ooh, wait a minute. A man stabbed through the heart in a vampire-style slaying. Okay, so basically, long story short, these girls who are in this book club or some type of club discover a corpse, and I guess they're going to try to solve the murder mystery. Cool, wonderful, great. So not something I would typically read or pick up, but because it was 20 cents, it'll keep me occupied throughout the summer or throughout the spring break, my vacation, whatever it may be. And for 20 cents, if I don't like it, I can just donate it, and there's no hard feelings toward the author or the book. Okay, last one. This is by J.R. Ward. This is Lover Mine. Lover Mine. And the girl who checked me out was like super, like, I guess envious that I had found this book. And I felt bad because I was like, if there was another one, I would have totally given you this one and then got another one. But there wasn't. But this was 20 cents. And what really made me pick this up, other than the phenomenal price tag, was that I had seen this author before when I went to the Barnes & Noble book sale. And I was like, oh, this seems really interesting, but I didn't want to pay the, like, even though it was half off a retail price, it was still pretty expensive, y'all. I'm on a budget. I am cheap. I am a bargain shopper, and I would much rather pay 20 cents for an author that I've never heard of before than, what would this have retailed for? Like $12.50, $13. Come on. So basically what this is, it says, in the darkest corners of the night in Caldwell, New York, a conflict like no other rages, long divided as a terrifying background for vampires and their enemies. The city is home to a okay. No, okay, so there's a vampire taken by the Brotherhood. Somebody comes, blah, blah, blah. John. So then there's a girl who assassins people, but she's attracted to the vampire guy. Having already lost one. I don't know. Listen, 20 cents, I'll figure it out, okay? This is a long synopsis too to try to read all at once. I probably should have read it before I turned the camera on, but what do you do? So anyway, I guess this is like a 9-book series or 8 or 9 book series. This is one of the novels of that series. For 20 cents, I figured I'd check it out. It seems relatively cool. I'd much rather pay 20 cents for this and not like it than $13 and not like it. But I heard that J.R. Ward is pretty like legit. She's like the Danielle Steele or like Nora Roberts of like sci-fi-ish stuff. So she's like, you know, got some history and a really strong following, and I'm pretty sure there's really no way that I won't like this. I just don't feel like reading the synopsis. So that is my March book haul. Like I said, I won't read all of these in March. I'll finish A Danger to Herself and Others. I'll probably start this J.R. Ward book, Lover Mine, after that. And then if I finish those two, I'll probably creep into reading either the Iliad or the Odyssey, and then the other smaller books around April, just for my vacation in Mexico. So I'm sure this video was all over the place. Give me some grace, y'all. This is my first book haul video. I don't know if I'll be doing any book reviews, just because those can get a little hairy. Like, just because I like a book or dislike a book does not mean that you will. And what I like or dislike about a book does not mean that you'll like or dislike the same things. So I don't know if I'll start doing book reviews or not, but if that sounds like something you might be interested in, I do read a lot of different types of books. Like, I'm trying to branch out a little bit more now. I read a lot of Michael Crichton. Whoever wrote Jurassic Park. I read Jurassic Park. I read The Lost World. I read Prey. I read Call of the Wild, Song of Achilles, Circe, and there's another one I read as well. So I have been reading more like sci-fi-ish books, but now I'm creeping into Greek mythology and just fiction in general. So anyway, long story short, thank you so much for watching and staying with me. I don't know how long this video is, but it seems like I've been talking for a long time. If you like to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I want to say much love to all of you new subscribers as well as you old subscribers. I just can't believe that little old me has over 800 followers or subscribers. That is crazy to me, but I appreciate you guys rocking with me tough. for this long, and I hope that you guys continue to like the content. If you have any video suggestions, let me know. I'm open to suggestions and feedback. But yeah, until the next video, guys, I will see you later. Bye-bye.